Hey, welcome to the Hunts and Sully Show.
Welcome back.
Hello there.
We've got a couple special guests here in the audience today. This is Charles Sully Sr., Chuck's dad.
The one and only.
The legend.
The legend.
And speaking of legend, on the phone right now, we got number 93, Hockey Hall of Famer, Mr. Doug Gilmour.
Yes, we do. Right here, Dougie.
Dougie, how are you, brother?
Nice.
Good, guys. How you doing?
Doing all right, man.
Excellent.
So
Great.
Doug's in town, signing his, doing a book tour for his new book, Killer. And he's at Chapters tonight doing some autographs and to obviously to greet some fans and some people who are Doug Gilmour fans like ourselves.
And we hope that sales are going to be killer for him.
Yeah, they will. Oh,
Yeah. No pun intended.
no pun intended. Tell us about the book, Dougie.
Well, guys, about obviously 14 years ago, I retired, and I've been approached many years, and they wanted me to do a book, and I said no. And then after my dad passed away and mom diagnosed with dementia, it was I just felt it was time for me to kind of get back to my family. So, like every hockey parent and family that's out there, that parents support you and you want to say thank you, and that's pretty much why I wrote the book.
Nice. Awesome. So now you're doing it was a 28 city tour in how many days or weeks?
About 38. Thanks for bringing that up.
so what number are you now? Three.
I don't know, 14 or something like that. So we got a long ways to go, but again, at the same time, guys, it's the reception's been phenomenal, and obviously I got a lot of friends and support system that they feel bad for me. They want to buy the book.
Oh, come on now.
I know. There's only one you, buddy.
Yeah, you can't duplicate Dougie.
Yeah. No.
You know, obviously the extensive career that you've had, the 20 years that you spent in the NHL, the Hockey Hall of Fame.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the awards. I mean, it's kudos to you, and of course, you're going to have a very good reception. You know, I think you said earlier this afternoon that you expected a few hundred people at the book signing that you had the other night, and you had 600 people show up. So, I mean, it obviously speaks volumes on your character and the type of person that you are, and the legend that you've obviously instilled to the youth and to people our age and growing up as a hockey fan and a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. And obviously, we thank you. So thank you for taking part of the book. I can't wait to read it. I picked it up today, and he signed it for me this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah. And Doug, you got to remember,
what, guys, it's amazing because I'm from obviously Kingston, Ontario, and my family all penitentiary workers, and it's just my brother's 13 years older than I am, and he played pro Grapes, Coach David in Rochester, and all I can say is just the life that I lived and what the sacrifices that your parents do for you, and as you guys parents, it's like I'm going to do the same thing. And when you have the opportunity to go through this process, and my parents are both gone now, and I wish they would kind of have some comments in it, but at the same time, the reminiscing side of it was phenomenal.
Well,
whether it's my siblings or friends, teammates, that's a lot of stuff I forgot about, and to be a part of this and put them in the book, and again, it's dedicated to my parents.
That's awesome, man.
That is
absolutely. It's really cool, Doug, and it's too bad that you weren't in studio right now because we have Chuck's dad who lives in Collingwood, so doesn't get a chance to come down to Windsor too often, but his dad is 80.
He's 83, Doug.
83, and he still plays hockey.
Plays hockey twice a week, buddy. He still plays hockey, my dad.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me tell you a Collingwood story.
Nice.
There's two stories here. We're in training camp one time there, and Wendell and I are walking at the building, and the old Camaros, this guy's got an old souped-up Camaro, and he sees Wendell and I, and he's waving at us, honking at us. He runs right into a telephone pole.
Come on. Hey, that was Chuck's dad.
That's hilarious.
hey, Doug, I'm 3/4 home from the start to the end.
Hang on. The other one though is when we were playing against Detroit the first round. We're in Collingwood and my grandfather passed away, so I couldn't go back to the funeral. We're getting ready to play Detroit in '93, and the problem was we didn't know if the runway was big enough for a plane to get up.
Oh no!
Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
We're sitting on a plane. It's like,
under.
well, we gotta make sure we measure this out.
hey,
Holy.
you guys sit at the back. You guys sit at the front.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. No,
it,
you know what?
It was a prop. It was a prop plane. It was pretty good though.
Wow. Dougie, thanks for
made it.
joining us, brother. You know what? We look forward to reading the book. We'll promote the book on our podcast, push it online for sure on our social media pages. And from myself and the two Chuck Sullys, senior and junior, we say thank you.
Thanks, Dougie.
And all the best on your tour, brother.
Good to
And,
see you, man.
Doug, the last line in your book should be, the older you get, the better you were.
Awesome.
Okay, hang on, Chuck. Chuck, do you walk to work or take a lunch?
Do you walk to work or take a lunch? That's what I asked you. Do you walk to work or take a lunch? That's
I'm
awesome.
Catholic.
I'm Catholic. Hey,
I'm a born again. I'm a born again virgin myself. So
aren't we all?
Keeps happening.
Dougie, good luck today, brother. Sign lots of autographs and
See you guys.
appreciate it, brother.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Dougie.
Okay, Doug.
No problem.
All right, later, man.
See ya.
Good.
Yeah, it's good, eh? Look at that.
Not
Right
bad
on.
for a few
Dougie
shots.
Gilmour, eh?
I'm wearing my Trues shirt.
You know, it's
All right,
like,
so are we still recording? Oh, this is real life right now.
it's real life, Dave, not dress rehearsal. Remember that.
No dress rehearsal. Hang on.
Real life,
How's
yeah.
the makeup? How's the hair looking?
You know? Yeah. So, hey,
So-
pretty good for this guy to be here. 83 years old, playing hockey twice a year, twice a day,
Senior,
twice a week,
my man.
twice a second.
I'm 3/4 home from the start to the end. I wish I was 18 again.
Oh, hey.
This guy, Dougie Gilmour talking about parents being amazing, right? Like, yeah, that's what it takes. I played drums all my life only because this guy, after supper on a weeknight, is sitting there reading the newspaper while I'm downstairs in the basement, like fireworks going off on the drum set, right? And there he is, just nonchalantly, 6, 7 kids running around the house, all going nuts, and he's watching the news, reading the paper. He's like,
He tuned you out.
tornado, right? And he, such an amazing dad, always very encouraging, super encouraging on all levels, and hockey and everything, joke telling, hunting, fishing.
Hunting.
Oh my God, just whatever. You just want to talk. You just got some problem in life.
Yeah,
This guy is ear wide open.
He
Man.
speaks nothing but high grace and praise.
When I play hockey, I'm slower than a roomer in a Brill class.
Oh no.
So, yeah, what did the parents do? What did this guy do for me, eh? You know what this guy did for himself, first of all, which was amazing? He's 30 years old, and he runs a BA station, fixing cars, pumping gas, right? He owns it. He's 30 years old. He sells his business, and he goes to the Mediterranean, to south of France, buys a 24-foot sailboat, doesn't know anything about sailing.
Or French.
That's for sure.
Exactly.
Really?
Nothing.
Starts sailing his 24-foot in the Mediterranean Sea for 3 years, Dave, fixing boat motors in ports to pay his way, and just
Come on.
3 years, buddy. He
Really?
was 30 years old. He did it for 3 years.
Jesus.
Amazing.
Who's Jacques Cartier?
That's for sure. The other guy,
Hey,
also
Tabernac,
known
eh?
as Chuck Sully.
Jacques Sully, accent aigu.
Yeah, I end
What's
up
that
in
one?
Greece.
Something good on that, you. That's right.
I ended up in Greece. I sailed at about 1,300 miles to the Greek islands over the Adriatic Sea, and I knew nothing about sailing. I'd never sailed before, but I knew a little bit about geometry. So I pumped away, and I was scared skinny for the whole trip,
Hey, you know what?
Scared
Skinny.
skinny.
but I made it.
No, that's awesome.
It's amazing.
But
ain't
that's
it?
that's living life.
It
That,
is,
that
yeah.
really it is.
It is,
That's living life.
Yeah.
You couldn't find a millennial that's willing to do what you did
Yeah, kids these days, millennials,
unless they had Wi-Fi.
unless they have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Tabernac, Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy plays hockey twice a week. He's 83, man. He just pisses off doctors. He walked into his doctor's office, and his buddy's a doctor. He just said, Sully, get the hell out of here, will you?
Hey, get out. Hey, actually, coined
What
jail.
are you doing here?
What are you? Come on, Doc. Come on.
Right? No,
So actually, I asked the doc. I got checked out one day. I said, "How'd I make out?" He gave me the results. He said, "Well, you got bad cancer. You're going to live for but 1 month you'll be gone. Oh, my God. I said, Doc, I'll never be able to pay you. He says, fine, I'll give you another month.
30 days or it's free. So let me ask you this.
Give you another month.
Growing up in your household and watching your beautiful kids
Thank you.
grow and become adults, how'd you deal with Chuck?
Chuck was,
Special.
he always had
You're lucky he's on that side.
extra on the entertainment list.
No.
One day he came home with a BB
Oh, no.
on the side of his head.
Yeah, this guy shot me in the head.
What?
Grade
Shot in the
grade
head.
7. Shot in the
Red
head.
Rider.
Red Rider.
Red
but-
Rider,
yeah.
poke your eye
Another
out.
time he gets a brand new pair of skis. We go over to Pine Knob, they're skiing, and he breaks the skis only because they did a 360 in midair.
No.
So he comes back and he says to Nancy Pillsworth, these skis are junk. First of all, I said, I'll look after you, Buck. Let's go see Nancy. We'll straighten it out. So he's just a little guy at the time. I said, okay, Nancy, these skis. And all of a sudden, Buck moved in. They're just broke my back. What now? We got to get this thing fixed up there. So he took over. So she gave him a brand new pair of skis.
That's right. Don't
Nancy
want anybody pushing
Pillsworth.
around, you know.
Was that on Walker or Ottawa
Walker
back in
Road,
the day?
buddy.
Yeah, man.
Walker Road.
I remember those days. Nancy, actually, was a great lady.
She was.
She was a great lady.
Another time we're in Peely Island, okay? And we got a cottage over there, and there's the big night there, and they have a gong show there. And so we're out to see the gong show at the bar, and they're all different stunts. This one stunt included a band. And all of a sudden the announcer says, I'm sorry, the guy plays the drums. He went over to the hotel for a drink, so he's not here. So it wouldn't be a drummer in the crowd, were there? And this guy, Buck, he's about 8 years old,
I
okay?
was 13.
You're 13. Well, I grew up fast that night. Anyway.
Hey,
So anyway,
he's got
I
pubic
said,
hair.
"Buck, get up there." And right away he said, "What?" I said, "Get up there." I lift him up. I took him up there to the top, and he said, "Move the stool a couple times and set this up and bang." And when brr bang on fear of the drums, he said, "Okay, let's go." So as it ended up, he won first prize at the hotel, and it was a great night.
Yeah,
Hey.
I wasn't even in the contest. I just went up there, and I didn't even want to. And next thing you know, they go, first prize is to that kid over there.
Mr. John Bonham Jr.
Thank you very much.
Nice. I didn't know that. See, this is good.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
right.
good.
Yeah.
This is good.
First
And
prize,
then I wrote-
$75.
And the next day, I woke up at my cottage really early in the morning. I was kind of hungover. It was a big night, and I wrote a poem for Buck about that. And the only poem I ever wrote.
Buck, you
It's
suck.
amazing. You still got it, man. It's
Buck,
amazing.
you suck.
No, that's the poem that was for you. It said, Dave, get
Dave.
back in the cave.
Slave.
So yeah, this guy skiing. Okay, so good dad, eh? This is what this guy does. Remember the rope tow? You know, the
Don't
rope
know.
tow going up,
Yeah,
skiing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Hang on.
My dad's got 3 to 4 kids in front of him, all standing there, okay? And we're all ready to get our poles, and we're all ready to grab the rope. He goes, "Don't grab it till I tell you," okay? And 1, 2, 3, grab it. All of us grab it, dum, 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 up the hill. Him with 3 or 4 kids in
It's like
front of him.
Cedar Point.
Right, Dave? Amazing, man. But you know what? It's like all of a sudden one of my brothers and sister goes over, everybody over.
No.
Just a total mess, eh, Dad?
all at
Hey,
once,
and-
all at once, eh?
And
Like
then
it was
he's
like
got to sort these kids out halfway up the mountain. 4 kids, their skis are all crossed. It's all a mess. This is my dad. Like,
This is
having
awesome.
patience with that and never losing it. Like, just always, oh, Peter, just stay there. Stand up. You do that. Just
Peter.
stay there. Okay.
Charles.
You know, like, amazing guy.
Let me
man.
let me tell you a story about. So my grandmother lived in Calgary, and she lived there for 20 years. So my father and I, my half brother, went up to Banff the first time, and I used to ski in Michigan at Boyne Mountain and the smaller ones and Blue Mountain and stuff
pimples?
and yeah,
Ski a couple pimples.
and Bowler Mountain in London, yeah,
2
and
turns, you're at the bottom. 2 turns.
so my dad says to me, he goes, "Are you sure you know how to ski?" Oh yeah, no problem. So I was wearing a yellow Gore-Tex jacket, like it was like one of those like soft kind of like
so,
see-through.
so you looked good.
I looked good. My hair was flowing at the time, sure. So I get up. We go up to the tallest mountain on the entire Lake Louise. Get up, and the woman in front of me decides to stop. So I ski around her. By the time I ski around her and I go down, I'm already down. So I'm going Mach 9 off the hop, okay? All you see is this yellow blazer down the hill, okay? I can't start to carve because I'm going too fast. If I start to carve, I'm going to wipe out, probably kill myself. As I'm going down, I realize that I'm going too fucking fast. And I'm like, oh no, how am I going to stop? I think I'll baseball slide. So I pick myself up and I try to lift my skis up in the air, right? Bottom of my skis grab the bottom of the snow and catapult me forward. I must have went ass over tea kettle probably 15 times.
That hurts, man.
Oh, bro.
That hurts.
I felt like $1 million when I got up. I'm like, hey, like Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, Wang. Hey.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
hey,
Yeah,
Wang.
sure, buddy.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't tell
right.
me you're Jewish, okay? What's with all the pictures? I walk around.
Hurts still.
Yesterday or the next day. Forget it.
Couldn't walk.
Oh,
2 broken
Hurting.
legs.
it was awful. It was absolutely awful. So I feel your pain.
Yeah.
For all 4 of you or 5 of you that
Oh, yeah.
tipped
Up
over.
the rope toe, buddy. Oh, man. I've had some good share of wipeouts, too, boy.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Amazing guy. What else we got here? Oh, yeah. So then, we're at the cottage. We got the cottage for years, right? You know, he goes, all right, introduce my kids to fishing, you know. Right on the water. We got a beach. Go fishing. You know, I'm not going to buy the real good fishing gear yet. Just make sure my kids are into it. I know I like fishing. I got a nice rod, but so we're fishing. We're starting to get into it. We're starting to really like it, right? We're like loving it, right? So one day I get a bird's nest, Dave? You know, you go fishing, you just like, you know, you're trying to teach kids to fish. Like, it's probably easier to teach them how to ski, right? So we teach them how to fish, like bird's nest, fixing bird's nest after bird's nest.
Getting caught.
Oh my God, right? So one day he's like, takes the reel right off of the rod, He's looking at it, he's like, says to me and my brother, he goes, come here, you guys. Go, come here. Well, you see what the problem is? The problem, it's right, we're right there. The problem, it's right in there. And he throws the reel right under the river. He just whips it right under the lake, just like, get this piece of crap out of here. Me and my brother look at each other like, we get new fishing gear.
It was that easy.
Yeah,
it worked.
finally get rid of this stuff,
Hey, Dad,
man.
I caught another nest.
Yeah, the
Hey,
next week, Mitchell Garcia's. Mitchell Garcia reels everywhere. Nice.
hey.
So in the morning, Buck could take the canoe out there and get out there at 6 o'clock, the canoe, and you could, not far offshore, and you take the chain out there. He'd limit out with pickerel or walleye, the Americans call them, in about 20 minutes. So we wouldn't have bacon and eggs, we'd have pickerel and eggs. And in 20 minutes, I'd have to go and take the chain from him.
Was that near Sarnia with the
Peely Island.
same thing?
Poor man's paradise.
But different, Dave.
Poor my. So you guys had a cottage here growing up?
Yeah.
Do you still have it
What year
now?
We bought that in, like, when did we buy that? That was like in 80,
Yeah, about
88.
Yeah,
89.
about 80 years, about 80, long time ago, around 85 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful spot.
So do you guys sell it?
Yeah, we sold it. Yeah.
You can leave here in Windsor and get the cottage in 2 hours, but if you got something up north, it takes you a day and a half to get there.
Oh, it depends
Time
on
to come home
U.S. or up the old 400.
Yeah. So it was really great for us, and we had a lot of fun over there. Taught them how to fish, and we just had everything over there.
When I was in grade 5 or grade 6, we had a social studies class, and we had to pick a person, celebrity, somebody of whatever, and I picked Bob Izumi. The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
That's right. I love
Yeah.
it. That's right. Go get him,
Yeah.
Joe.
We went to Waterloo. Never forget it. He gave us a whole tour. We got 80-pound tests, which means squat to me.
Well, it means you're the
You're
fish
gonna
are
catch
be on
a-
the end of that. It's
you're
going to
gonna-
pull you in.
You're going to catch a whale.
Everyone's got seatbelts on if you use an 80-pound test.
80-pound test. Here you go.
Everyone's got seatbelts.
Bob Izumi. Hang
Whale
on.
fishing.
Hang on to the bar.
Yeah.
So
how
one
long you-
time, Buck came in from fishing, and the game wardens were there. And he opened up his cooler, and there was a bunch of bass there, out of season. So the game warden says, hey, just a minute here. They're out of season. That's bass. Buck said, just hold on. They're my pet bass. I bring them down here for a swim every day. Oh, is that right? The game warden says. So, well, let them go. So, okay, so Buck let him go. Then the game warden says, now call him back. Buck says, call what back?
Call what back? What fish?
What are you talking about? There was no fish in that.
My pet fish, man.
They got to be gone. They be gone.
Oh, yeah, that's right, buddy.
How long are you in town for?
I'm down for another 2 or 3 days. Then we're back to the north. Hope there's a snowstorm up there so we can start skiing.
Yeah?
And up there, it's 8 months snow flies, 4 months black flies.
But wait. There's
Hey,
more.
this guy, my dad here, you know, he brought the first Midas store to Windsor, fixing cars, right?
You got
when
the
he
touch?
was when he was 7 years old, fixing cars. Okay, so I don't know, where did you get that first car you had? When you were in grade 6, you gave your teacher a ride in your car.
He stole
$12.
it.
We bought it from the next door neighbor.
$12.
We call it a puddle jumper. And had no headlights, so we drive down the road. My buddy would sit on the
Sounds
front
like my
bumper.
car.
He's sitting on the front bumper with a headlight we bought from the wrecking yard, and he'd aim it down the road,
Hang on.
Well, because it was plugged into the front of the car.
plugged into the battery.
Hey,
yeah.
hang on.
Down we
Turn
go down the road.
left. Turn left. No, that's right. Turn left.
Hey,
Turn.
grade 6, taking his teacher for a drive and take grade 6.
For $12, I would too.
$12.
Yep.
So, like, how much work did you have to do on that car, Dad, before you could drive?
I had
that
to take
thing?
the motor right out and a part on the front lawn. I was 12 years old, and I got
12
her back.
years old, pulling the motor.
I
At
got her
12
back
years
together.
old.
You got it? Yeah, I got it.
I got it. You got righty tighty, lefty.
Oh my God, man!
That's
Fixing
awesome.
it in the winter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, winter, summer. Just keep fixing. And it was a pretty good car. It was a 4-cylinder and needed a new motor. The block was cracked. It froze up. And we got it all fixed up. And then we'd take collection in the school during classes, and we'd have a glass bottle and fill it full of gas. You could get a...
Put money in.
Yeah, they put the money in the bottle, and everybody could have a turn at my dad's chicken farm, and driving the old truck around the back field. But it was on Barker Street, East in Hamilton.
Yeah.
We were so poor we couldn't even afford a mother.
Oh.
We had a circular driveway. We never left home.
You know why though? Because he invented the cordless extension cord.
The cordless extension cord. Would you look at that?
Yeah, like we had 6 kids in one bathroom, and that's where I learned how to dance.
We call it the pee-pee dance.
You know, we used to have a dog and we named him Stay though. He would never come to us though. We're like, come here, Stay.
Oh,
Yeah, buddy, the old hockey room jokes, man.
It was we had 7 kids or 6 or 7. And anyway, when it got too cold in the bed, we'd just throw another kid on.
wow. We got hot in here real quick.
But Dave, think of this. My dad, he owns Midas, right? He comes to town, starts up Midas. He gets sick of paying Midas the royalties. So he goes, everyone's got a warranty on their muffler. He goes, I'm going to start my own business up, and I'm going to accept everyone's warranties. Speedy, Midas, whoever, right? Someone show up beside the road, muffler hanging. Oh, I got to guarantee it's at Midas, though. My dad be like, that's okay. Pull in. I'll give you your free muffler. Here's my guarantee. And he stole tons of customers from these guys. And that's why I became successful with McDonald Muffler. Like, it's some mufflers, eh, Dad? But
well, the big thing, I put a sign out in front. I would say, Canadian money at par.
Hey, pull right in.
pull right
in.
Pull
So
right in.
now, were you guys, when you had McDonald back in the day before Peter had it, or has it now, was that the same location?
Yeah. No, actually, it was Tecumseh and Marintet when I first brought Midas to Windsor. That was a
Horseshoe Battery.
65,
It's
right across the road.
Well, it wasn't Midas. It just changed about 6 years ago, yeah. That was it, right
And
there.
I changed to McDonald's around, I guess it was in 88 or 90.
Where the name McDonald's come from?
Actually, if you find out, Hi-Ho used to be on Huron Line, and McDonald's bought it out. They had a big sign on the Huron Line with Ronald McDonald, the clown, and I was looking for a name, and finally I decided on McDonald. And and I never got any trouble from the hamburger people, but if I'd have sold 1 cup of coffee, I'd have been in jail by now.
Oh, for sure you would have.
But anyway, I used to be involved in the opening of the McDonald hamburger shops, the one beside Chrysler and the one at the Roundhouse, and we gave the cake away to the new customers, and I gave a Big Mac away with every muffler, and I'm the only person that ever partook in an advertisement in a McDonald location.
With the name McDonald without having any affiliation.
No affiliation whatsoever.
Yeah, just
spelled different. McDonald, McDonald.
Yeah,
it's funny, but you would think in today's legalities and all the stuff that goes on with much like what we dealt with before the beginning of the show.
Right, because our names are Dave and Chuck.
Yeah, that we would have gotten ourselves in a little bit of heat. Charles, David,
David and Charles show.
It's the David and Charles show.
Yeah. That's why we got all these people watching behind us.
Yeah, we want to thank all the people. Where'd they go?
Over nice,
They must be down in the washroom.
Because we called the David and Charles show.
Yeah.
Thanks
anyway,
for not turning us off yet.
Made me very proud all the time. That's why I gave him. He's Chuck the 4th or 5th. What are you?
The 4th.
Hey,
4th.
Chuck the 4th. 4th,
Yeah.
you
C4,
Chuck.
no, C4, buddy.
C4. He just blew up. C4.
A little bit of energy to burn.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm a homeboy.
Yeah, man.
You heard about the guy in the army, eh? He says the colonel. He says there ain't chance of getting a week off. He said, what are you talking about? This is serious business. Fighting a war. You can't get a week off. He says, and then 5 minutes later, the colonel said to the private, he says, I tell you what, you get me an Iraqi tank and I'll give you a week off. So anyway, sure enough, in about 2 days, the guy showed up with an Iraqi tank. And the colonel says, holy gosh, how'd you do that? No problem. He said, I just went across enemy lines, and I said, hey, Skipper, you want a week off? He says, yeah, so we swapped tanks.
Hey, then he's got a week off.
Hey, would you look at that? And they're in Bermuda together, enjoying Palm Bays on the beach.
Yeah, for a week.
Hey, Skipper.
We got to go back.
We just switched it. So what do you guys got going on for the weekend? What's any big plans here?
More grandchildren performance, whatever, and it never stops with the Sullys. I don't know what it is, but we're vaccinated with a gramophone needle, I think. And
Well, you only had 30 of you.
yeah, so far.
Hey, no TV growing up here at the Sully house.
Seriously, Dave, our house was so crazy at supper. Like, when you got kids trying to get through, if you got 2 kids, it's like, oh, I spilt my milk, or I don't like this food, or whatever. It's hard for parents, right?
Okay, so hang on, sorry to cut you off. So what are the age differences between the youngest and oldest?
Well, there's
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
No, it's 50, and Sarah is like 35.
So you got a 15.
45, 55. There's
So you're a machine.
But every 2 years or so,
Hey.
right? We're all 2 years apart.
Senior? You're a machine, sir.
Hey, right on.
Machine. You know
Right
what?
on.
So, Dave, you know how crazy? Yeah, this guy's the best.
Anyway, we had to have a good.
Dave, turn that knob and tighten it up.
I'm not touching any knob.
This one right here, the front one.
What knob?
No, that one right there.
knob?
Tighten up this one. No,
okay.
Tighten up
knob?
there. Yeah,
Sorry.
We're not mechanics, I can see that.
Oh, hey,
Mechanics
here,
are
here.
righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
So what were you saying? What were you saying, Chaz?
I know, I must have forgot. This is the first thing
All
to
right,
go.
Dave, it was so
Hey,
crazy
I'll never-
having supper, okay, at our house. Crazy. So my dad would be like, look, you guys, I'm so sick of not getting through dinner. Let's just get through dinner, and after dinner, if you're all really good, we're going to go in the next room over there, and you're going to have freak out time. Do whatever you want. I don't care what it is.
Free-for-all punch out.
Go ahead. Yeah. So we behaved. Going to have the potatoes, and I didn't spill my milk, which I did every night. Hey, Dad?
Yeah. Yeah.
I could turn 360s. I'm athletic and play the drums, but try to walk across the room carrying a glass of milk. Anyways, buddy, we would freak out after that dinner of the calm dinner. We go in there for the next hour, Dave. I remember my brother with one of them pink plastic baseball bats just going and smash himself in the head. Cushions flying, blankets, people going nuts, right?
One day,
Jumping
Hey,
on the things
and here he is
for an hour.
with the newspaper.
There is a newspaper, yeah.
One day, these kids went to Assumption College. Okay, so anyway, we said we're going to have a party, somebody's birthday party, whatnot. So anyway, we make a map how to get there. Eh? So what happened at Assumption? They photostated about 1,000 times. Eh? And our driveway was 4 telephone pole lengths. The cars were lined up right. About 600 people showed up because they photostated all the map.
Oh, no.
And the party once, and Bob Probert was there and whatnot, and it went on and on and on until about 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, everybody go home. It's kind of time to go home. And nobody would go home, so my oldest brother Peter, his oldest brother Peter, brought out the shotgun. He let off 3 shells in the air, bang, 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 and then everybody started paying attention about time.
Hey,
Hey,
it would have been better if he brought
time to
that
go home.
the pink plastic bat.
The pink-
Pete's losing his shit. Get out of here.
he wants everyone's attention. He's trying to get your attention.
It sounds like Woody Woodpecker's in the house.
It was never a dull moment.
No,
But
there's
they all
not.
babysat each other. Makes it easy. Eh?
I got a 20-year-old, well, soon to be 20. She'll be 20 on the 17th of this month, and I have a 7-month-old. So there's a little bit of a gap, discrepancy
just a
between my youngest and oldest. And Shauna has a 12-year-old. So there's basically a decade gap in between, which is, to me, is a nice
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine how you did it. Kudos to you. Like that
Yeah,
that
it's
kind of
nuts,
shit does
buddy.
not happen these days.
That's
There's-
nuts, man. That's
Unless you're
nuts.
the octo mom and you just like, I got 8 kids at once. Well,
You know, Dave, it's like you said, we all babysat each other. They gave us tons of freedom. Even high school curfew is just like, you know what? These guys, they know what they're doing. They're around guns. They play tons of sports. They're really smart.
hey,
know-
Peter's out front shooting shit,
Shooting shit.
beating people with a pink baseball bat and shooting people.
Too much fun, man.
It
BMX
is.
is going crazy.
So
Everything, all above.
It was a real good time, yeah. And we had pheasant hunts in the farm and all that stuff, and big huge bonfires, most of them out of control.
that happens.
Yeah.
Oops, too many pallets, too many pieces of
That's
wood.
right. And then
Too
we
much
had
gas.
the sulfur water. The sulfur water was always good. It kept you regular.
I guess. I was like growing up in Sarnia.
People would come to the city, take one drink of water, and puke right there in the sink.
Good times.
Oh, yeah, they were. Yeah, one buddy of mine came and took a shower, runs out ready to puke. He's like, didn't realize, turned the water on.
Were
He
you
runs
guys?
out
Were you
naked.
well water?
Yeah.
Well water.
Well water.
It
Yeah.
was sulfur. Really
Smell
bad
like rotten
sulfur.
eggs. Eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I never knew it. Like
I went to St. Vincent de Paul Children's Camp when I was in grade 4. I remember the smell, that nasty ass stinky well water.
eggs.
But you can
Terrible.
get used to it. We got used to it. And I got back in city water and it tasted terrible, eh?
Oh yeah, it's like
Because it's normal. Tastes terrible.
because it's normal. It tastes terrible.
This is bah.
Yeah.
This is bah.
Well, today is a good hockey day
Yep.
for this guy. 83, still plays hockey twice a week. Downhill skis. It's never too late. And when I grow up, I want to be just like this guy right here.
They put a mark on the board to see if I'm moving. Lou Bendo just told me everything about hockey. He's my hero. If it wasn't for Louis, I'd be dead. I'd have been dead 10 years by now. You hear that, Louis?
That's right, Louis.
Louis.
Thanks, Louis. Thanks, Louis.
Louis B.
Hey, Chucker.
Louis B.
That's right,
Real
Chucker.
estate. Chucky. Pass that puck, hey, Chuck.
He played hockey with him for a lot of years, right, Dave? And they have all these jokes, right? About the dog that did this, and the guy did that, and this happened there, and the one with the short legs, and the guy with the long hair, and all this other stuff, right? And they started numbering their jokes. And he's like, hey, 24. Yeah, the guy with the dog and just sold the dump truck, eh? Right? Some new guy shows up. He hears some of the jokes. He sees they got numbered, right?
No clue
So,
what's
so
going
he
on.
tries. He goes. He sits down. He's there for about 3 months playing with the group. He's like, hey, 14. And nobody says nothing, eh? He's like, guy goes, what's the matter? He goes, oh, your delivery was all wrong, man.
You got to know how to tell it.
You gotta know how to tell it.
Hey, you out. Get out. Just leave now. Hey, pass the French.
That's not how it goes.
Shut up,
I don't know how it goes.
stupid. Hey, you're going back down to the 6th line.
Oh my god.
So what are you guys up to now? Are we?
Well, we're gonna go and have a big family get together in Essex with my daughter.
Very nice.
She's expecting, and that'll be the 16th grandchildren. And
I got a TV in the back of my car if you guys need one. Just saying, stop procreating. Stop. Enough. The Sully chain has already surpassed the Smith chain and the LaFontaines here. Windsor. You guys,
Jones,
yeah, the McDonald's. You guys are the eshwan here. You guys got the top shelf.
Yeah.
So 16 grandkids.
16 grandchildren so far. It's only 11 o'clock, so...
Hey, is Dr. Phil on yet? We got time.
Yeah, they're like
man.
arrows in your quiver. Have as many as you can. I tell people when they get married that sometimes I say, if you want to whack me in the mouth, okay, but I'm going to tell you something. Have as many kids you have. Don't worry about painting the car or getting the extension on the house. Just keep having kids. There's nothing like they're arrows in your quiver. Just have as many as you can.
Well, you know what? There are a lot of people that wish they could do it, and you're very fortunate to have.
Yeah.
You know,
Blessed. We're very blessed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
I mean,
to be
between the
able to do that.
grandkids
Yeah.
and the other children besides Chuck, that you're very,
Yeah, we really
you know, you should be very proud. I mean,
Yeah.
your kids are
Besides
something else.
Chuck, eh?
Besides, sorry, Chuck, you're
Well,
on,
they had-
you're on
they
the
had a
hot
good
seat.
Dave.
They had a good mother too, so she was part of it.
Yeah,
And,
we'll give a
no
little
question
kudos
there.
to Brenda.
Oh,
Yep,
Brenda,
yep.
Brenda, baby.
Nothing
Oh,
wrong with
me.
that.
Yeah, good mom.
Yeah, she's great lady, and she comments a lot on my son's
She loves your
photos.
little Sammy.
Yeah, well, who doesn't?
Yeah,
Kid's
little Sammy's
kid's a
beautiful,
stud.
man. He's a beautiful
Kid's a
little
stud.
guy.
Well, again, Charles Senior, thank you for coming in, and it was
Thanks
an
for
honor.
having me.
It was an honor to meet you, sir, and kudos to you, and congratulations on the 16 grandkids, and the 45 kids you have, and the 14,
far.
14 dogs, 30 cats.
And the last 53 years of hockey.
Yeah, and keep your stick on the ice, sir.
Yeah, we will. And you got a good magazine. It's a good one, Dave. You should be proud of that too. And this program you got going here with your helpers. That thanks very much. I
Well,
really
it's not my
appreciate
program;
it.
it's our program, and your
Okay.
son has to do with it too. So no,
okay.
thank you very much. I appreciate
Yours.
that.
Chuck, when I grow up, I want to be like this guy. When I grow up,
When I grow up,
no
I want to
choice.
be like Chuck Senior,
all right, just like this guy.
not
man.
like Junior. Just
I got good
document.
genes.
I would have
Yeah,
been
you
older.
did. Hey, they're Edwin baggies. Oh, you mean
No, where
oh,
am I getting my
jeans.
jeans? You guys give me good jeans. I wear them every day.
Jeans with a G, not with a J.
I would have been older, but I was sick for a couple of years.
Oh,
Take a
hey,
break on
this is where you
aging.
just drop the mic and
Take a
I'm
break
out.
on aging. All right,
Thank you.
Chucker,
Good.
thanks for coming. I love you, wonderful guy. Davey,
Thanks for everybody.
Dave, baby.
Charles,
You bet.
Charles,
Charles,
got it.
Charles, okay.
Fourth, fifth,
we're
sixth,
out of here.
seventh, and eighth.
Goodbye.